Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Where are you, beautiful people? Oh, filthy. Once again, thanks for joining in. I'm coming live from the Mooroopna Hospital and Museum. Tonight we're in the dementia unit, part of the hospital, and it's been a bit of a strange evening. So we're here again. Hopefully, our resident spirits from the room here, Robert and Dorothy, will come make themselves known. And yes, hopefully they'll help with the witching hour, as it's called. So here is crime. So the noise that you hear is coming from the Horus. For those who have seen stream before, the Horus is a device that I use. It has a 4 memory bank um, library, and the script's able to manipulate the device to give answers. And unlike the Oculus that came out, which has the single word bank in it, the Horus device here actually has 4 word banks, and spirits are able to manipulate the words and form sentences. So that's a great device, made here locally in Australia by a guy by the name of Daniel from Phantom Phase. The equipment that he makes is absolutely fantastic. Quite reasonable prices, and I'm hoping one day to actually do a live with Daniel, and that way he can tell you more about what he does, um, how he makes the equipment, and yeah. So thanks for joining. Um, if you have any questions, put them into the side chat here, and as the questions come in, I'll be able to read them and give you some answers. So, Mooroopna is roughly a 2 hour, 2.5 hour drive from Melbourne in country Victoria. Where I live, it's 215 thereabouts kilometres from home. Um, there's I can't even think off the top of my head how many miles that is. It's supposed we come to on a regular basis. Uh, Tonight's a 12-hour investigation here. Uh, and it's a little bit different because generally we'd go across to the old part of the hospital, which is all burnt out, as in the roof of the building. We can rise. It was just said by the Horus device. Um, yeah, apparently the old hospital has been purchased privately, and there's word is that they're going to be building a school on the property. So we went across for a quick look earlier this evening when we first got here, and spoke with a couple of spirits over there. Uh, the spirits are saying they're not too happy that the site's being purchased and it's going to be used for a school. So spirits are going to be a little bit upset that they're about to lose their home. So for those of you who can actually hear that down in the background, that's one of the REM pods going off in a different room of the hospital here. But tonight, as per usual, when I've gone live, I'm in Robert's room. Robert was a young man who was hospitalised here, and you can injure. Not sure what that is about, but trying. So as you can see, there's 4 different pages. So uh, and it'll go back to diary page 1 with the last message that was said. Yeah, so the spirits that we were able to speak to over in the morgue, they weren't too happy about what's happening to their home. And unfortunately, the best we can do is invite them to come over here to the main part of or the dementia unit of the hospital and mingle with the spirits that are over here. So, as I'm saying, Robert is a gentleman who was actually a patient at the hospital here. The bed you see behind me with the 2 devices on was his actual bed that his family had purchased. We need guilty. We'll work out how I can have a second camera set up so that way I can actually have a camera on the Horus device, and that way you can actually see what's been said, and I don't have to pick up the Horus to show you continually like I have been doing in the last couple of times I've gone live. So yeah, Robert wasn't exactly an elderly gentleman when he passed away here. He is one of the characters of the spirits that are here. He likes to have a joke with everyone that's here, especially me. He likes to pick on me and likes to give people the backstory to Robert and what he went through here. We have different devices, and one of the devices is a yes no box. And what that does is the spirits can use it and manipulate the electrical energy coming from that device to answer yes or no. So in the witching hour, it's meant to be a lot more active than normally. But tonight, especially in Robert's room, and Dorothy, who was the resident who would have been in the bed beside Roberts, um, yeah, they haven't actually come around to say too much. Wrong, you will not expose all. So, um, it's a little bit different because we haven't been able to spend as much time as what we normally would over in the burnt out part of the hospital. So, and tonight's group, we've got a couple of people who haven't been here before. Lots of people who have come back for a second investigation because they enjoyed the 4 hour. And yeah, it's just been a different night. So if you hear a high pitched sound in the background, that's one of the REM pods going off in another room. And REM pods generally go off when there's spirit activity. So the spirits can actually manipulate that device, which has an audible tone, being the high pitched sound that you may hear. And it also has lights on it. So the stronger the spirit, the more lights the spirit can light up. So I'm not sure if the microphone's picking up the sound of the REM pod going off, but one of the devices is going off somewhere around here because I can hear it even with my earbuds in. So uh, first time I streamed from Robert's room. As soon as he found out the females in the chat, I was in charge. It sounds like it might be a nurse talking, saying that they were in charge here. And that comes after I will not expose all. So who knows who the nurse is? We have had the names of nurses given to us, or told to us by different devices. There's a nurse Stewart, and there's a photo of her somewhere in the hospital. We haven't been able to actually find it as yet, but that was one of the names we were giving the last time we were here. So 4 weeks ago, when we were here, that was the name that we were given in another part of the hospital. But tonight, once again, I'm in Robert's room. On the Robert's bed, we have 2 K2 meters and 2 cat balls set up. And we're just waiting to see whether Robert wants to come and make himself known with those devices, or whether he's going to stay nice and quiet. But I do know that if we get females on the stream, then Robert likes to show off the females. We should see you. Is there any spirits who are in the room with us at the moment? On Robert's bed, there's 4 devices. Can you go across and make one of the devices change colours, please? Just so we know that you're here. So, I am loved. Yes, if that's you, Robert, you certainly are. Especially by myself, because I like communicating with you, and I know other people who come up there like communicating with Robert because of his jovial attitude. And for the last 17 minutes, there hasn't been anything happen with the devices on the bed. So we've had some communication via the Horus device. I have got my dowsing rods with me, and if nothing happens, I might try using them. I'll have to adjust the light low so you can actually see the rods moving. And yeah, but the thing with paranormal investigating is even when you go places and spirits are familiar with you, that doesn't mean that they're actually going to make themselves known. So paranormal investigating is a hit and miss hobby. Some you'll go to um, a facility or a place. No, we should be pushed. No, we don't want to push any of the spirits. We'd like the spirits to come through on their own to communicate with us. Yeah, so paranormal investigating, you never know what's going to happen. Um, I must say I've been personally lucky in that I've never had any ill effects from investigating. Um, I have had spirits make themselves known to me quite often when I come here, and there's a REM pod going on somewhere in the background. So tonight has been a slower night, or especially in Robert's room here. I had a camera set up in another room, uh, and for some reason they'd been recording all night, never had an issue. Then it just stopped recording, and there's a message on the card saying to reformat the card. So close the camera up, moved down, got brought down to me at the rest area that we have, which is the former dining room of the facility we're in. No, you don't have to forget, Spirit. I just got the message, sorry, I will forget. And when the camera was brought down to me, I opened it up, the screens opened up. I pressed the record button and started recording as if there was nothing wrong. So spirits are unknown. Hey, Danielle. Spirits are known to manipulate devices, and they use what's called energy. So yeah, thank you. We can be polite. So, uh, so Danielle, the device that I just showed is called a Horus. A Horus is a device similar to the Ovulus, which was the first spirit box device where the spirits could actually manipulate the words and give a single word answer. The Horus is an Australian-made device. It's made by a chap here who's not far, about half hour away from me, and his name's Daniel. He's made some absolutely fantastic gear, and this being one of them. And it's just told me that they need me. So, um, whereas the Ovilus has one data bank or word bank, the Horus actually has four, with four memory banks that the spirits can actually manipulate the words more, and instead of getting a one word answer, as you see, we can get multiple. This device, the Horus, I think it's around the 400 Australian dollar mark. This is the original Horus that Daniel made. The Mark II is a smaller device. It can do more than just say words. I have seen it. I know two people have got one, and I'm looking at upgrading from the Horus I've got now to the new Horus device, which is also roughly a third of the size of the one I've got now. So behind me on the bed there, Danielle, the two green lights, they're K2 meters. The resident spirit here in this room, Robert, that's his actual bed from when he was a resident at the facility here. His family brought the bed. When Robert passed away, they donated the bed to the hospital, and that's now become the Mooroopna Hospital and Museum, which is where I come once a month. So tonight's investigation runs for 12 hours. Our next investigation here will be 4 hours. And we are burnt. So the original part of this hospital was a two-story building. It's roughly 30 meters away from here, back in 2011. Um, Someone got in, started a fire, and unfortunately destroyed a lot of the roof line of the original hospital. A few years later, uh, secondary fire here, well, at the original hospital, and that pretty much destroyed and gutted the rest of the place. So Robert hasn't made himself known using the devices on the bed, and the spirits just said, "No, I cannot show you." So I'm not sure who the spirit is, but generally, if Robert's here, he'll come up, he'll play with the devices. Last time I did a live, well, the first live we ever did from here, Andy was here, and I let Rob know that there's a female on the screen, and he decided that he was going to put on a show. So, well, this is so interesting. I'll be so scared. Um, you you wouldn't be actually, Danielle. You'd be quite surprised. So, a lot of the spirits here, um, if they want you to know that they'll make contact with you. It could be a feeling you get. You walk in. Um, but I've never found it scary as such. So I don't know why, but I just enjoy the paranormal and paranormal field. So I'm up here tonight with Casper, who's another paranormal group. I investigate monthly up here. Plus, I have my own group, Southern Paranormal Adventures, um, and a couple of good friends, Matt and Monique and myself. We go out. You cannot bring pain. So, yeah, we go to different places. Matt, Monique, and I went up to the Cheviot Rail Tunnel 3 weeks ago now, and there's a couple of videos from that night there on my channel. Um, that was a strange night because we weren't sure of the spirits that were going to be there, and the spirits told me that they felt unwell. So that was one that we did with my group. We had Clive and Casper, which is who I'm investigating with tonight, and another couple of people, Michael and Amanda, who are also here tonight. So Amanda's got the latest version of the horse, and she's been in one of the other areas of the hospital, just laying there with the horse just talking to it. So, and I'm surprised that no one's actually come down here. I see matron. So what change? That can vary, Danielle. we've spent some time here in one of the other rooms myself, and that room is colder than the other rooms in the hospital. We're doing a SD session, which is where I sit down with the spirit box, SP7. I have noise cancelling headphones on. Someone sits in another room of the hospital. They ask questions, and the spirits use the sound waves of the SP7 to, or the white noise of the SP7 to communicate with. So they can actually answer the questions that someone else is asking in another room. I hear the responses, and I say what the responses are. The night we did it down in Mary's room, or the room we call Mary's room, in a matter of, I think, about 2 or 3 minutes, the temperature dropped by 6 to 7 degrees in there, and my hands were frozen. So it took roughly 30 minutes, 35 minutes for me to get feeling and walk back into my hand. When my mum died, my eyes flickers in my house with this. So, yeah, I cannot smile. So I'm not sure who's saying that. The Mason's around here somewhere. Yeah, people have said that lights are flickered. They can smell a perfume, aftershave. If the deceased person smoked, they can actually smell that in the air. So when you said that you lost things in the house, then yeah, I believe quite honestly that it was the spirit of your mum, and she's just letting you know that. Thank you. I should tap. With previous videos I've done from in the room here, if you listen closely, you'll actually hear sounds like little stones being thrown against a glass window, a slight tapping sound, and we know that it's not actual people throwing stones because the windows in the room here on the outside have actually got 12mm ply put up over them to stop people from breaking them, obviously, and getting in here and destroying the museum hospital. And the spirit said, confirm, we shall deny. Not sure what that means. And yeah, you hear tapping sound. You also hear sounds like someone's opening a cabinet and closing the cabinet, and yet there's no one in the room while it's happening. So yeah, that's fun. The last time we were here, I actually captured what we think is Robert's voice on video. I uploaded the video, then had Angie sent me a message saying that she thought she heard the spirit say 3 words in total. The first word was "hey." Then a few seconds later, "I'm here." And it's for the spirits, they're screaming to be heard. So it's just for us, it's like a whisper that gets recorded. And for a spirit to actually talk and for you to be able to record that, it takes them a lot of energy. So different places we go, the spirit just said I was assaulted, meaning the spirit was assaulted. Different places we go to, depending on who's there, I have EMF pumps or electromagnetic field pumps. But there's a device that creates a electromagnetic field, and that's something that spirits actually use to communicate with us. So when I get the pumps going, unfortunately, Clive has got a pacemaker that actually affects his pacemaker. And when he goes to the doctor for his checkup, he gets they get the printout, and yeah. So while Clive's around, no EMF pumps get used, and so tonight no pumps are being used. The good news is Clive said um, earlier tonight that um, he's going in to have the pacemaker removed. So that just means that when we go into investigations, I can actually use the EMF pumps and it won't upset Clive's pacemaker. So even at this distance, I'm on about 30 meters. I am here. So that way. I'm wondering if that's Robert saying that he's here. Yeah, so even this distance from Clive having 2 pumps going, it affects his pacemaker. So they're a good little device. These are ones that I've made myself, and I said they create an EMF field, or we say EMF food, electromagnetic food for them, for the spirits to use, and that way they don't drain as much energy out of me. So I can use uh, my favourite device, the dowsing rods, for a longer period of time because the spirits aren't using as much as of my energy to communicate with me. So uh, Matt, who's a great mate of mine who I investigate with, he said that when I walk into a place, especially like the hospital is, like I have a huge beacon on my head, which flashes, and the spirits use that. And no, I love Anderson. So the spirits tell me who they love. Yeah, so using those means that less energy gets taken from me, which means I can use the dowsing rods for a longer period of time. and spirits are able to communicate for a longer period. So, for me personally, using rods, a male gives a heavier feeling in my back, um, because males are stronger, they draw more energy. He is a convict. Yes, us Australians are convicts. Or some of us are anyway. So, yeah, males give me a heavier feeling when I'm using the rod, and because they draw more energy from me, I get a lot of pain in my back, roughly from the middle of the back up through my shoulder blades. And if it's a strong spirit, then I might only be able to talk for 4 or 5 minutes. If it's a female spirit, then I can generally double that amount of time without using pumps. If I use pumps, I can talk longer because the spirit's actually using that energy that I'm creating for 'em. So, yeah, uh, yeah, this is one of our nights that we come to. This is a monthly trip up here. 1 week or 1 month we do a 4 investigation, which is more of like an introductory into the paranormal and what we do. So people can make their own decisions on what they see, what they've experienced, and things like that. We, we want Mark, and yeah, it's up to really the spirits. So the chap who just walked past is Clive. Clive's from Casper Paranormal, which is who I investigate with tonight. So I've investigated with Clive for I think what 3 years. Yeah. So well, someone's there anyway. Just made themselves known with the cat ball flashing. Yeah, so I met Clive through a friend of mine, Monique, because she used to investigate with his group. Then I was got told no. Um, the first investigation with Clive was up at a place called Mayday Hills, up in Beechworth in the Highland of Victoria. And from there, I've been on, well, I think about 30. Do you see saying that Clive scared you, Danielle? Yeah. So with Clive's group, went to Beechworth, uh, Silverstone, which is a railway station across on the Victoria South Australia border. Then I, of course, been here. We should feel pain. Um, No, the guy he said 8. Yeah, that was Clive. Clive's the, owner and operator of Casper Paranormal. So I I do a monthly investigation with him, which is up here. When we did the Cheviot rail tunnel, Clive was invited along to that with my group, and yeah, the paranormal world. I don't know if it's the same across America, but in Australia, the paranormal world's very cliquey. So you'll have people who investigate properly, like we do, or someone doesn't, what, as in all caps. So someone's angry and wants me to go away, but I'm not going to do that because I promised a few people that I'd go live, and yeah, so that's what we're doing here. So this very last thing you do, you enjoy. Oh, I don't know why, but I feel right at home here speaking with the spirits. As fucked up as that seems, but hey, that's just me. I'm fucked up and I admit it. So, yeah, so I think I've been coming here, I think 16 months. So that's roughly 16 investigations at this particular site. Um, we're looking at doing some other places. I'm not sure who uh, that is. So, yeah, so other places we're looking at doing investigations include the Eureka Stockade, which was back in the Gold Rush era, where miners revolted against the um, rich mine owner, um, against rich people who were taking advantage of their working abilities and that. So while the owners of the mines made shitloads of money, the workers got screwed over. There's a huge um, revolt by the workers, and seeing written folklore now about the Eureka Stockade. So, if you like, you can always Google what happened and get the history. So, we're looking at going there for one investigation, preferably during the warmer months because Ballarat during the winter is very bloody cold. In fact, it snows there at times. So, another place I'm going to go back to is the Kilmore Jail. Uh, that was a jail for a short-lived period. Um, when the jail closed down, it was by um, a company. And hello, and it was turned into a butter factory. So, at the jail with had some amazing captures, including a shadow person who was captured in the reflection of the mirror, who was walking behind me after I poured shots of whiskey, because I'd said to this one particular spirit at Kilmore that next time we come up, I'll bring up some whiskey and we'll have shots. So that was a great capture of that one. And in Robert's room here, Robert's generally more active. It is what's supposed to be payout, which is between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. And I was got told, hello, you cannot go there. So we're about going back to Kilmore and telling me, no, I can't go there. A little bit interesting. I'll sit down later on, trying to decipher all the messages. I'll watch this back, obviously, and see if I can make sense of some of the messages that have come through. And that's not always easy to do, as you may ask a question, then 3, 4 questions later, you'll have to get a response to the question that you asked. So there's a spirit here by the name of Christy, and saying that, yeah, I say Chrissy here. I don't know of a spirit Chrissy here at all. That's not a name that we've come across. But in the hospital here, we've got Robert and Dorothy in this room. On the room on the other side of the hospital, we've got we've got David and Mary, who were a husband and wife. Mary was born at the hospital here, grew up in the area, did a nursing here at the hospital when it was on job training back in the good old days. And unfortunately, she passed away here at the hospital after being involved in an accident. So this is room W4. That Mary's room, W/W8, which is now one large room. But it was obviously 2 small rooms. So that's the couple. I have pictures on my phone of David actually making one of our friends who came along, kept on saying that his ear was burning. So when he said that, I felt like I got stepped up underneath the ribs. We stopped doing what we were doing. All 4 cameras that we were using at that time either turned off or the footage was corrupted. And interesting night, to say the least. Thank you. You did be here. So also down in David and Mary's room, we've had the name Stephen come through. There's also a video of that on my channel. I think I've uploaded that one. The spirit by Stephen came through and he wanted a woman, and as his wife that he was after, and he was looking for her. Uh, you should be together. So I'm not sure who I should be together with, but I should be together with someone. Um, yeah, so we've had Stephen who has made himself known and wanted his wife. We've also had spirits by the name of Charlie, Benjamin, and I can't remember the females name off the top of my head. I've gone blank. I've had them come through, and we actually spoke to them crossing the mall. The first time we'd ever been over there. And it was interesting because my youngest child, her name is Lily. So I'm not sure if you can hear that, but someone's got a device going. It sounds like the old time movies with a scary voice kind of thing going in the background. So we've been lucky here to meet quite a few of the spirits that are residents here. I tend to really concentrate on this room here, um, Mary and David's room, and an area where they've got all the photos up on the wall of all the damage that was done thanks to the fire. There's a table there, and the activity we had the first night here was absolutely mind blowing. So to come back and investigate here again and again and again, we get to know the spirits, spirits get to know us, and generally, Robert and or Dorothy are going nuts using the K2s and the K4s to communicate. So we haven't worked out if they're communicating with themselves, and I just got told down for oh, whether they were trying to communicate with us. Uh, the way the video looked is as if the spirits are there and they're just having a conversation like you would be speaking with you in person. So that makes for, uh, in my opinion, an interesting video. So yeah, so we've got two people watching. So I'm not sure the person is. No, Danielle's here. Goodbye, you did see me. So I'm not sure who the spirit is, but maybe that's the spirit that made the cat ball flash a little bit earlier when Clive came in. So not sure. Yeah, so I've put up videos, I think I've loaded them, about how um, mm, shown a video of the actual dementia unit that we're in. Um, I'm sure I've uploaded that video on my channel. If not, I'll have to do another one, and you can see where we are. So, Mooroopna is a strange spelling, much like a lot of your American towns. And yeah, I don't know who thought of the name. I've got no history of the place. Not that I've researched it, but I think I should. And we did interrogate. It's a little bit interesting. And I liked your new colouring book, or the book that you showed Expert today on his stream. I was actually travelling up here at the time, and I had Expert stream going while I was coming up here, and I was able to see the colouring book that you showed. So, and the new ones that you're getting seem interesting also. So looking forward to seeing some of those pictures when you're done. When you're done. Yeah. Other than that, I'm not really sure. I was just been told in no uncertain terms, just stop. So I don't know whether Spirit wants me to actually stop, or they want me to end the stream and communicate with them. It is what it is. So yeah, paranormal investigating's hit and miss. There's no guarantee that when you go to a place that you're going to get activity. I'm seeing some today, and I also got what to tell you about my week. I'll send you a message here in a bit. No worries. I'll be up for another 5 hours at least. So I've got a 2.5 hour drive home from here when we finish. And someone doesn't want me to bring light. So I'll when I leave here, I'll send you a message, and if you want, we can get on Discord. So yeah, for me to come here, it's 213 kilometers from home. It takes me 2 hours 26 thereabouts, depending on traffic. And so for me to come up here is 426 kilometres of driving, plus investigate the whole night. So I'll just get to the car, and I'll have a snooze for an hour or so, because I've been up since 7:30 AM my time. Right, you should understand. Yes, on our 12-hour nights we have here, we actually have dinner, so that's included in the price of the investigation. So we have dinner around 7:30ish. We've got snacks, etc. During the night, drinks, tea, coffee, Milo, soft drinks, water, um, biscuits, chocolates, and sometimes told me I did share. That's so yeah. Always eat well. Or I don't eat well at best of times. So, but yeah, have some dinner during the night. I'll have a biscuit or chocolate or two. I have a soft drink, which I never leave home without. And yeah, there, excuse me. So, um, I had a when laid down roughly 12:30. Tea for two. Glad you made it. And don't be sorry. Um, I didn't put up the link until late. I was just saying to Danielle, actually had a snooze a little bit earlier because I've been up for 16.5 hours with a 2.5 hour drive. So to make sure I can get home in the morning, I generally have a nap. Um, then I'll get from here to Tullerook, which is just over an hour away. Um, and I don't believe that we need this. Without death, we don't have spirits, and we don't learn about things. So, yeah. So on the way home, it's about hour 10, hour 15. I'll stop at Tullerook. There, I'll normally get out, have a walk around, get something to eat. Then do the second half of the drive home. Once I get there, I send Clive a message just to let him know that I've got home safely. And I don't tell fibs. And then I'll sleep. When I get home, I'll sleep for 3 or 4 hours, get up and try and stay up until 10:30. Then go to bed and get a good solid 8, 9 hours sleep. So it's a lot of fun doing investigations, but at the same time, it's also very draining mentally and physically because of the time involved with getting to where we're going, then investigating, and it just takes a lot of energy. But I do it because I love doing it. So, and I do streams because I want to show people what brings me happiness. The videos that I put up, I'll I don't have say 6 hours of video and I'll cut it all up, put it all together to make out something that it's not. I'll show you raw footage and I'll let everyone make up their minds on what they see or what they hear. Then I get the feedback that way. So um, when we caught Robert's voice on audio, as I said, I sent it to the video to a couple of people, and they said that what they thought they heard, and that's what I actually heard. So someone's pissed off with me. Why are you annoyed, Spirit? Is it because I haven't been paying attention to you? We'll see. The Spirit uses the Horus to reply. Yeah, but for the witching hour, which is meant to be uh, the hour to investigate, it was actually quite quiet in Robert's room here. So normally, Casey moves cat balls going absolutely nuts, and tonight there hasn't been as much activity since I've been in the room, and I come in and check it every now and then, um, just to make sure the cameras are still working, um, lights have still got power in them, because the Spirit can drain the battery in a device like nothing. So I've actually, Horace, last time I was here, put new batteries in. Robert did. I am found. Robert actually did show himself earlier, when Clive came in. Um, One of the cat balls lit up. So I'm not sure whether Danielle actually saw it because she's colouring, but Clive kind of scared her a little bit because he's just in the background. So yeah, but tonight, activity, I haven't spent as much time. That's all right too, because I actually say what the horror says, then I show the screen. So and the horror said I should mislead. So I was saying earlier, I've got to work out Streamlabs, how to connect up a second camera. So then I can just have one camera set up specifically for the Horus, and that way, um, as the spirits are using the Horus to give answers, it'll actually come up on a separate screen, and you can actually read what the Horus says in real time. So um, that's something that I'm going to have to sit down and work through to try and get it all set for the next investigation up here. So I was saying to Danielle earlier that we're looking at going to Ballarat to the Eureka Stockade site. That was where Spirits was saying we felt so. I don't know why we're feeling lost, unless it's because they haven't had communication with humans, and now we come up here that they're actually feeling better because someone can actually hear them and communicate with them, which is what all the spirits want, is they want to actually be able to be heard in one way or another. So for us doing this, got the Horace, why go to toys, my rods, and I've got to get some tips for that. I am in light. Well, where I'm actually sitting, believe it or not, outside the room here, there's an exit sign, and between the exit sign and the computer, that's the only light that's illuminating for me. So I suppose yes, I am in light, in the light. Yeah, jousting rods are my go-to piece of equipment. Doesn't matter where I go, I can use the dowsing rods and generally get activity. I'm getting glow-in-the-dark tips to put on the end of them, and though you should admit, once again, I can't say exactly what that's about. Um, Maybe the spirit knows a little bit more about me than he's letting on. But I can't give answers to a lot of what gets said, because you can ask a question and you might not get an answer to that particular question until 3, 4, 5 questions later. And therefore, so obviously, it's the spirit wanting to make themselves known that they've been here. Whether I've communicated with them or not, I don't know. And with my dowsing rods, yeah, going to get glow in the dark tips to put on the ends of them. And then even this light, when you actually be able to see the rods moving. And I have no control over what the rods do. I ask the questions. Um, I ask spirits to cross rods in an X to as yes. And if the answer is no, I ask the rods to open out sideways, and the rods will move independently. So I have no control over what they do. Um, we have been at investigations where the wind's been blowing and the rods are actually moving against the wind. So that's a bit of a surreal feeling. But some of the equipment I use that I use regularly. I've actually made, such as my dowsing rods. I've made EMF pumps, and the spirit's telling me doubtful. It was not doubtful because I've actually made them. Um, so, like out here, my EMF pump, it's roughly 90 Australian dollars. I make the same thing, and I can sell them for $35 each. And they do exactly the same things what a $90 device will do. So you work out who's been screwed over with prices like that. But it's paranormal. They put whatever price they want on it. And if people want it, then they'll spend money to get it. So I was saying to Danielle earlier, my horse that I'm using costs about $400. So this is the horse. Uh, the horse is a device that has 4 separate memory banks or word banks in them. I think there's 500 words per bank, and spirits will to manipulate the word bank with the electromagnetic energy that's around, and they can actually give you answers, which is what you've been seeing when I hold the device up. So I've got no control over what gets said, what's done with the horrors. I ask questions and we hope that the horror answers. So, and if not, this stream's actually been going for an hour 23. And honest, I did. So I'm actually quite surprised I've actually gone for so long because it doesn't feel like I've been sitting here for that long communicating. So, yeah. If you've got any questions, just whack them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. So, compared to what Robert's normally like, he hasn't really, and my device is losing power. These were brand new batteries that were put in before I came up here tonight, and I've had it going for what, an hour 24 now, and the batteries are dying in the Oris device. And other nights, I've been able to use the device 2 or 3 times on 2 or 3 investigations for it to change batteries. So I have no control over anything. That's the fun of paranormal investigating, or for us that do it. Um, yeah, this is fun for us. So uh, I have noticed tonight one of my cameras stopped working for no apparent reason. On the screen, there's a message that one of the other people saw, said format card. So Adam's closed up the screen, brought the camera down to me, told me what had happened. I've opened up the screen. The Bed seems to be. I'm not sure what light you're talking about, T. Um, there is over the bed. There is a light. I haven't actually got a torch on me at the moment, so I can't actually shine it on. But there is a light over the bed to the left of the mannequin. Um, and I haven't seen that go off. Um, which is a little strange because I've never known of that light to actually come on at all. I'm not sure if it's a car going past. Yeah, that is the um, overbed light, and maybe it's flickered when I've been looking at the Horus, which I've had to turn off because of the batteries. Um, I've never noticed the light flickering at all, so I'll have to check the video camera when I get home. It seems kind of fading out. Oh, it's quite possible you're seeing something that I can't see on here, but I'll check the video camera when I get home sometime tomorrow or today, and maybe tomorrow. I know if I look around the 20 past 4 mark. Right. Um, you said on the bed about half of the wall. You talking about near the picture, above the picture. So there's a picture up the back there on the wall. So you've got the nurse mannequin on one side of the bed. On the other side of the bed, wait a minute, can't do it. There's a picture. You're seeing light uh, in that area. Is that is that about right? Because I can only guess. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Um, the video from the last investigation, no, back towards me. I'm gonna have to go back and have a look on the stream and see if I can actually see what you're talking about. Mm, that's that's got me intrigued, and we all seen it. So yeah, I'll have to have a look. So it's about the one. Oh, wait a minute. Got the timestamp. So 4:25. That was roughly the hour 25 mark. Interesting. Yeah, as I was saying, the last video that I took in here, I thought up around where the picture is, a couple of occasions I saw a light move from here across this way. I wasn't sure what the light was in that video, so I'll have to compare that with what you think you're seeing. I can do that on my TV, which I very seldom ever use. I'll watch YouTube on that and see if I can find it. But there's no one walking around here with torches. Um, a lot of people seem to be down in the dining room area. Uh, yeah, there's no one walking around with torches at all. And the only light that's coming in here is from an exit sign, which is outside the door here. So I don't know much more than that, unfortunately. Yeah, so if you've got a question or anything, whack it into the chat and I'll do my best to answer it. So um, I hope in the near future to do a stream where the creator of Horus, Daniel from Phantom Phase, I want to try and do an interview with him in the future, um, talking about his equipment that he's made, um, what he's working on in the future, things like that. Daniel has made things from the Horus, K2 meters, which have a buzzer in them. So you get both a visual and audio cue that spirits uh, in the area of the K2 meter. Um, he's designed his own SLS camera, which the SLS camera gives you a stick figure. So using the same technology as the Xbox, where it's got the device to record movement. The SLS camera uses some of that along with some other programs and that, and it'll actually give you a stick figure of someone standing in a certain place. So I'm positive that I've actually put up a video or two on my channel with a stick figure in it. That was when Monique got her SLS camera from Daniel, brought it down to me so I could work out how to use it and all that, then teach her. And I actually captured Danielle, who's my 6-year-old spirit, a 5-6-year-old spirit who thinks of me as a father figure. Has actually captured her reaching into the box to grab some equipment that they could bought. So I'll see if I can find it quickly and show you what I'm talking about. So if we go to the bottom of my picture, working my way back up. Something closer to the bottom than the top. That I'm going to go through my phone and clear off, or not clear, put all my photos into albums so I can take some stuff off the phone and have a bit more room. And make it easier to, of course, find things. And also on my channel, one of the first videos I put up was the first time I'd ever catch a Daniel. When I lived in Glenroy, then from Glenroy moved down to Werribee, and Danielle actually moved down there with me. And since I've been down in Werribee, I've had another two spirits who made themselves known to me. Annie, who was not quite 16 years of age, she was killed in a drink drive accident. My father was drunk a week before her 16th birthday. There's an accident, and unfortunately, Annie passed away. And another spirit of Ellen out in the garage. So that was fun. Ellen is a practical joker, much like what Robert here is. So here we go. I shall see the stick figure the camera is picking up. yet there's no one there, and he saw me in the screen, and it shows a stick figure when I was there as well. So that's what the SLS camera shows you. Yeah, Daniel's a very smart guy. He does. He's got his own paranormal channel. I can't recall the name of it off the top of my head because I haven't spoken to Daniel for so long. About he's one who I'd like to get on to talk about equipment and what he has planned for the future. So it's all fun and games. Um, I I say that because I enjoy doing what I'm doing. So I'm looking at getting a Matt. Uh, this is Matt. Matt's part of my group, and he's also part of Casper. I met Matt when we did the Mayday Hills um, Beechworth Mental Asylum, which is the first investigation I did with Clive. T said say hello. T's in New York City.
Oh, awesome.
So
G'day, mate.
that's like so we got got T and Danielle.
Yeah, awesome.
Danielle's been watching from about 20 minutes in, and T forgot that I was on. So
Nice meeting us.
yeah. When did we go to Mayday? Roughly how long ago was that?
Just after COVID. I got about 4 years. I wasn't no, it was
Before COVID.
So it'll be 6 years.
Yeah, so I've known Matt for roughly 6 years.
7 years.
He and I clicked when we first met. Matt's the one who turned around and said that, like Danielle said, say hello, Matt. Matt's the one who turned around and said that when I walk into a place, it's like I've got a huge beacon on top of my noggin, saying to the spirits, come to me, I'll speak with you.
It's a way for them to communicate with you.
Yeah, so, but Matt can tell you, we've been to places, then a group's gone in for us. They've had absolutely no contact with the spirits. I walk in and devices are going nuts. So I can't explain it. And Matt's idea of what happens with the beacon on my head seems to fit. So
I see it flashing right now.
unfortunately, Robert and Dorothy haven't really made themselves known. So when Clive came in, it scared Danielle a little bit because there's stuff a lot in here.
Yes.
But on this side, on the left hand side of the bed.
Yeah.
Well, so, and that's the only thing I've actually seen in the hour 45 that I've been on here.
It's been pretty quiet tonight.
Oh, it has, because I haven't really been down here to speak with Robert.
Yeah.
So I think you might have put the shits with him over it.
And does not surprise you at all.
No, well, I have been a little bit rude with him tonight, and I've been rude with Mary and David as well, because I haven't really spent any time with them.
Hey, is that true, Robert? Are you upset with
Are you upset with me because I haven't come down to spend time with you, Robert?
That's true. A lot of one of these devices for us.
So you see one of the devices light up. That's Robert letting you know that he's pissed off with me. So, but that happens. I try not to be rude to Robert because he's one spirit who we always have a lot of fun with when we're here.
We've got some awesome pubs and that coming out of them.
Yeah, we're in here one night.
Always finding a lot of dead dogs.
Yeah. I was actually sitting where Matt is at the moment, and the over the table that my laptop's on actually belongs back over the bed there. And there's a yes no box on that. I was explaining to the group that was here a little bit of Robert's character. And I said how he's a practical joker. And on the yes no box, no lit up. And everyone started laughing. And I had to ask what they were laughing about. I said, Robert said no. So I called him a bullshit artist and told him that, said, that's crap. I know you like having games and stirring me up. Then next minute, yes, comes up on the yes no box. So hey, heaps and heaps of time for Robert. He was the third spirit who we got to know. So Mary was the first, and then we met David, the husband. That was a very interesting night, to say the least.
That was insane night.
Then we spent time in this room and got to know Robert. And I take full responsibility for this night because I haven't been down here to communicate with him as much as what I normally would. So I can understand him being pissed off with me. I am here monthly, so I will make sure next time I'm here, I'll actually spend more time with him. And yeah, hopefully he'll like to show off the camera. So I'll try to. Robert, I'm currently streaming being here tonight, and I've got two lovely ladies from America who would really like for you to make one of the devices go off. Because they've heard me talk about you a lot, and they'd actually like to see for themselves how clever you are. So if you could light one of the four devices up, it would be absolutely fantastic. It would.
Are you a bit shy, Robert?
I think he's pissed off with me.
Maybe just a bit shy.
No, because
Maybe he's joking around.
no, because the first time I went live, Angie was on. She's an old friend from the States, and Robert was going nuts. He was showing off.
What would you do if you close that computer after you finish the and starts going on?
I've got video camera up there.
No, I was saying, but they can't see it.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. You're playing jokes when I think of that.
It will be.
Yeah, something.
So good thing is I've got timestamps on here, so I know what time I'm on, and the video camera's up there. Has got the time on it.
I was saying, when you get your live stream, We finish that up.
Yeah.
Then it starts going on.
But knowing Robert, you do something like that, that's pissing me off. But
We all know what Robert's like.
yeah, but that camera up there will catch it,
Yeah.
and I'll still be able to upload the video from it. So we're in here one night. I was sitting where Matt's sitting at the moment. With a I was using the dowsing rods, and Matt's coming with a mate from work who he works with, and had his video, and he turned his camera around to face me as we were talking, and next minute there's an orb comes out from my left ear, and so wait a minute, I was sitting here, the orbs come out and gone up across the top there, like that. Then I was talking about Trisha, is it the female?
The goose.
Yeah, the female came with Charlie and Ben from the mall. Remember the night I sat in the fridge? You recorded, yeah, that's one session, and we had Charlie, Benjamin, and the female. I think it's Patricia. Then I was saying to Matt about
It was hospital. My sister and one of the public people. As the others wasn't worth speaking to. Yeah, she for sure.
yeah, and yeah, so you see an orb come out from my left ear and go up over the top of Robert's bed, and I said about mentioned the name Patricia, being a female spirit. Then, as I said her name, the K2s lit up, and as that lit up, there's an orb went straight over the top of the K2 mouth. So, good evening, Helen. How are you? So glad you could make it on to the stream. Good thing is you'll be able to go back and have a look at it later on. So, Robert, T is telling you don't be shy, and Danielle's laughing because she doesn't think that you can show yourself. So, I hope you're having a great lunch with your friends. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's fine a minute. What was it? 3:11 a.m. 5 a.m. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. On 1 o'clock on the East Coast. 12 o'clock Central. Then 10 a.m. West Coast. I think that's right. I'm sure the ladies in chat will correct me if I'm wrong. So,
Robert, take one up for us.
what's happening?
It was you, Robert. Can you please make it noise again for us?
I've got earbuds in, so I can't actually hear a lot of what Matt's hearing. But Matt just heard a tapping sound in the corner of the room. So I'm not sure whether that's Robert or could be Dorothy, who's the elderly female spirit that's in his room.
Are you over there, Robert?
I spoke to, I think roughly September was the first. Excuse me, was the first time that I communicated with her. So she's a lovely lady. So, yeah, we've got some of the other people from the investigation coming down to see what we're doing. We're down here to evict you. Oh, and evict you that way? All right then, I can handle that. So, the chap who just walked through, he just played the cat ball. That's Clive. Clive, as I said to Danielle earlier, he's the owner operator of Casper Paranormal, who I investigate with on a regular basis up here. Yeah, the balls that because Clive actually moved them just to make sure that yes they still work. So it wasn't Robert, it wasn't Dorothy who did it. That was done by humans. So and I've been investigating with Clive. Would work out 6 years. 6 years, roughly 6 years ago. It was the first time I investigated with Clive.
I'll say so. At least 6 years.
Yeah, at least 2018, 2019. So yeah, and been some with Clive. That's a absolutely fantastic weekend over there. Long drive. It's 5.5 hours from my place. Cross on the Victorian South Australian border. And here and come up here monthly to investigate with Clive. So yeah, but I'm getting wound up. So I've been told that we're about to get evicted. So I've got to go around and start packing up all my bloody gear now. Then get ready for the drive home. So to Danielle, T, and Helen, thank you very much for coming on to have a look at the stream. Sorry that Robert wasn't more. Yeah, that's Matt. Sorry that Robert wasn't more active, but we just never know. So
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
yeah. Once again, thank you very much. I'll speak to you later on today on Discord, and Danielle, I'll chat with you on the way home. On my way home, so which will be good because you keep me awake for the drive. So thank you one and all for coming on the view my stream. Don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure that you're subscribed and you tick the all notifications so you never miss any of my content. And I'll look forward to seeing you all on Discord. So good night and thank you again.